if your desire is linked to this idea that getting what you desire is actually going to be satiating, you're on a slippery slope. And that's where there is some wisdom to the idea that desire is kind of the root of all suffering. And then there's lots of spiritual teachings that are like, all right, let's eliminate the field of desire. Well, that doesn't sound very fun to me.
Impossible also.
Yeah, also impossible. The move that I consciously have learned to try to make is to desire itself. And if you desire itself, not the satiation of the desire, but you desire the hunger, not necessarily the food, but you're like, oh, I'm fucking hungry. And you desire the desire. And there will be eating that happens. There will be success that happens. There will be sensory pleasures that happen, but you actually desire the desire. And that's the place where I think it's the safest place to place desire. And it's an act of intention and will to desire the desire. So it's almost like staying in the state, like if you can stay in that delicious state of the foreplay before sex as long as you can. And it's just like, let's stay in this state of heightened desire. And I want to desire to be in this state. And I want to extend this through the process, but also like what I crave is the desire itself. And to me, that's kind of a trick that I use to stay in the field of desire, but not link, not get in the hungry ghost mentality where I think that the next business deal or the next thing is going to actually bring me any satisfaction, right? Like I remember I sold my company on it. Huge payout, like life-changing payout. I started that, and we don't need to talk about this very much, but I started that company with $110,000. I got $50,000 from one friend and $60,000 from my buddy Bodie Miller. And we grew a big 9-figure business and sold it, over 12 years. And I got a fucking massive payout. And again, my dad, like people think, oh, family money. No, there was none of that. My dad lost his mind and lost all of his money in the process of losing his mind, and had the wisdom also not to set me up with some kind of trust or anything like that, because he wanted me hungry. He actually believed in the desire, in like the necessity for hunger. So I was hungry through that whole process. But you would think that at the moment where I achieved the ultimate success, like I had this huge ecstatic orgasmic experience. I was just like, wow, all right. Whew. That was it. There was no like, that was it. Same when like my book, Own the Day, became a New York Times bestseller. And I'd worked on it so fucking hard and like given everything to it. You'd think it would be like this ecstatic moment. It was like, all right. All right. And then, you take a moment, but I don't know. It's very difficult for me to celebrate those type of things in any way that makes any sense to be satisfactory.
It's like in a way for it to actually even happen, you kind of had to have expected it. So
yeah, for real. It's like, when people always ask that, like, did you ever imagine that On It would be like this? I'm like, of course I fucking imagined it. What do you think? Is a surprise? Like, that's not how this game works. This game works is you already live in the reality where this is going to occur. So this idea of you're going to get to this place and everything's going to be like magical all the way from there, it's not a reality. It's constant little steps, and it's enjoying every step of the process, including the desiring of it, like the hunger to be on the grind and to grow where you are. Even, Joe Rogan has these great rants about this, about just what a cool position it is to be in if you're 100 pounds overweight, because you got so much progress that you can make, and the excitement every day as you drop a pound a week over the next 2 years, and you get a little stronger and you got a little more energy and you get a little better. Like, there's great joy in that experience, or working your way up from nothing to something. Like, that's where there's so much joy.